if Brendan can hear me properly, we can begin. Brendan?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
All right. So I have shared my screen. You are able to see my screen as well, right?
That's correct. Yes.
All right. So let me introduce myself. My name is Sriram. I'm CCIE Security Version 6 certified. It's been on February 28, 2022, I got certified. My
Okay.
CCIE number is 65934. Okay. And coming next month, 14th, I'm gonna give my CCIE EI lab. So it will be either in Bangalore or from Dubai. So currently my reservation is made in Bangalore.
Okay.
Right. So for the past couple of years, nearly 12 years, I was working in different countries. I started my career with a company called Alphion. It's a US-based company. They are like a product-based company. They manufacture a device called GPON OLT. It's
Okay.
a fiber optic switch, the L2 switch,
Okay.
used for fiber optic broadband communication. I hope we are using optical fiber broadband connectivity, right? So the same technology they were using. So I was with this company for nearly 4 years. Then I joined Huawei Technology. Okay, you can carry on. Technologies
Yes.
in Qatar, Doha. You know this country, right?
Yes.
Doha, Qatar. From there, I worked for nearly 3 years. And from there, I flew to a company called North Consult Telematics, and it was in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
I worked there for only 1 year. And from here again, I joined Huawei Technologies,
Okay.
but this was in Durban, South Africa.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Now I'm with Sprintzeal as a lead technical trainer for CCIE Security Lab plus CCIE Security training program,
Right.
and also I take care of CCIE EI, CCN, CCN Palo Alto.
Yep.
Okay. So today, this session, we are here to discuss about CCIE security, security lab version 6.0, right?
Yes.
So let me talk about this lab. This lab consists of two modules. Okay. The first module, module 1, is called design section. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This is of 3 hours. Okay. This is basically about multiple choice questions. Okay. Single choice question. and you will have drag and drop kind of question. Drag and drop. Okay. So this is what the design section is all about. So you will have total of 32 questions. Okay.
Okay.
And let me give you the breakdown. The breakdown is 1, 3. Sure. Okay, here I have it. Single choice, you will have 6 questions. Okay. 6 questions. Single choice only 6 questions. Single choice is over here. Single choice is 6 questions. Yeah, multiple choice of 5 questions. Right. Then you will have drag and drop again. 6 questions. Then you will have grid type question. Grid type question. This is around single choice. Single choice. Single choice grid question. This is 8 questions. Then you have multiple choice grid type question. This is multiple. Multiple grid. Single grid. Multiple grid comes around 2. And finally, you have one more that is called fill in the blanks. You have 5 such questions. Total you have 32.
Okay.
All right. Module 2. Module 2 is called deploy. It's called do section. Do. Do stands for deploy, operate, and optimize. Okay.
Okay.
Let me keep this guy over here. Optimize. This is of FIAS. FIAS session. Right. Here you will have 24 questions. 24 tasks, I should say. 24
Right.
tasks. All right. So again, in this 24 task, you will have this multiple choice and single choice question. I think multiple choice questions you have. Multiple choice questions. So 18 plus 6. Let me confirm how many multiple choice questions are there in module 2.
Okay.
Module 2. Module 2. Module 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 6. 6 questions are there. Okay. 6. I mean, these are 6 tasks. I should say these are 6 questions, which is 6 tasks. Okay.
Okay.
task. So remaining how many are there? 18, right? 18 are practical implementation. All right. So this is how Cisco has organized the CCI security version 6.0 lab. So 2 modules. Okay. So you will begin with module 1. Okay. And the result must be pass. Result must be pass. Otherwise, for example, you have cleared module 1. Your result is pass. You failed to answer 1 or 2 questions in the implementation side. Your result is fail. Okay. Consider like this. Module 2, the practical side, you passed. Okay. But here you failed. Few questions you answer wrongly. So the overall result, your CCI result will be fail.
Right.
So it means that, it means that the module 1 and module 2 must be a pass to make your overall result pass. Then only you will have your CCI number. All right.
Yes.
Fine. If you fail, consider you in the worst case scenario, you fail. You failed in your first attempt. Okay. In that case, you can book the next slot, or you can reserve Cisco Lab only after 30 days. Okay.
Okay.
So to clear the CCI lab, number 1, dedicate yourself. Okay.
Yes.
Find time at least 4 hours a day to practice module 2 first,
Okay.
and then module 1. Module 1 is what? Design section, right?
Yes.
Design. You can learn design section two days. That's enough. 2 days.
Okay.
But module 2 is challenging. That's the do section. Minimum 1 month. Minimum 1 month. And prerequisite. You must have CCNP security knowledge. Okay. So what are the things you need? You need to know about number 1, ASA firewall, active standby. Okay. Stateful failover. All right. Number 2, ASA firewall, active. Okay. Stateful. Again, stateful. Then number 3, you must be good in clustering. Clustering, right? So this clustering, we need a port channel, right?
Okay.
For channel unit, you must know. You need to know about voice PF, right?
Mhm.
These things are required. Then ASF file clustering, right? And number 4, basic routing and switching knowledge. Okay.
Mhm.
Number 5, you need to know about firepower devices. Devices like FTD and NG-IPS. Okay. So here, number 6, you need to know about ICE. Number 7, you need to know about Stealth Watch. Number 8, Fire. Number 9, .1x. Number 10, MAB. Number 11, XFP. Number 12, Flex VPN. L2TP version 3 over Flex VPN. Number 13, GRE. Number 14, Web Security Appliance. Number 15, Kali Linux. Basics. Just a bit, just basic HPing3 command. Number 16, zone-based firewall. Number 17, DNAT. Number 18, Infinite VPN. Number 19, SSL VPN. Number 20, site-to-site VPN. Number 21, RPCL. Number 22, DHCP. Number 23, DNS. 24, we need to know about what is that? Site-to-site VPN is done. NT 25. What is the last one? File connect, let's see the clustering. Stealth Watch, NGIPS, syslog, yes, syslog. So you should have a basic understanding of all these 25 concepts. Can you
Okay.
please be open with me? How good are you with ASF firewall?
Like I have more knowledge of SRX and Palo Alto.
Palo Alto.
Yes, and FortiGate. So FortiGate, Palo
FortiGate.
Alto, SRX are the platforms I've used most.
Oh, okay, no problem. Firepower devices.
Only from the security core class.
Okay. Have you ever worked with Stealth Watch and ICE?
Yeah, from the class Stealth Watch, I had a little bit of hands-on in a position, I don't know, a few years ago. I think before Cisco even bought that company.
What about Anyconnect VPN?
Yes, I understand that. Yeah.
All right, but don't worry. Okay,
Uh-huh.
don't worry. So we are here not to learn about all these technologies. I'm here to show you how to implement all the tasks. Okay. So let me
Yeah.
take you to the task. Okay. In the design section, I mean the do section. Okay. So this is
Yes.
module two. Module two.
Okay.
This is called deploy, operate,
And
and
optimize.
optimize. Right. But yeah. Task number 2.2. Start with the 1.2. The task name is any connectivity. Okay,
Hmm.
then we have that's 1.3. That is your SSL VPN, right? Then let me click it to proceed. Just a second.
Okay.
Okay. So 1.4, task number 1.4.
Hmm.
1.4 is FTD IPsec IPv2 VPN. FTD IPsec IPv2 site-to-site VPN. Next is task number 1.5. This is L2TP over
GRA.
Flex VPN.
Okay.
So this is your section number one. Okay, this is about this. So basically, in the section one, you have four tasks total. You have four tasks. If you fail in any of the tasks, you will not get a CCIE number.
Okay.
Right. Next, section number two. Right. Section number two. Again, you have four tasks. So it starts with 2.1. This is basically your ASF firewall to stand by.
Okay.
Okay. 2.2. Again, same. If you can answer this, you can answer this. Easy, right?
Okay.
2.3 is contesting active. Okay. TAT. Okay. This is also known as contexting. Have you ever done contexting in an ASF firewall?
No, no, I don't gonna say no. But I can grasp the concept. This is not hard. I mean, firewalls are firewalls for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. So this is again section gonna come out here. Okay. So this task is about all ASF, right?
Yes.
ASF firewall. ASF firewall. This is also ASF task. Okay.
Right.
Again, ASA firewall. All right. So how many tasks you have in ASA firewall? 4 plus 2, 6.
Yeah.
The 6 tasks, 4 to 6 tasks comprises of your ASA firewall. Fine. The next is your section number 3. Section number 3, you have 3.1 to 3.6. So this is 3.1. 3.1 is about documents, authentication, and its associated data.
Hold on.
And 3.
Shriram. Hello?
Yeah.
Can
You
you
can
not?
call me Ram.
Oh, Ram. Okay. Don't delete section 2. Can you please put down in section 3? Because I'm trying to write this myself, unless you're going to share this with me.
No, I'm going to send you this notepad.
Oh, okay.
Don't write
Well,
it.
yeah, so you see how you're writing over section 2?
Don't write anything. I'm going to share you all the notes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just saying
Just
when
concentrate.
Okay, go ahead.
Just concentrate.
Okay.
Whenever I ask you to write notes, you can write. Okay. Now
Yes, sir.
just concentrate. Just understand
Okay.
a picture of how the CCIE lab is being organized.
Yes, sir.
Right. So next is section 3. Section 3, you have tasks from 3.1 to 3.6. So you have 6 tasks. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So here, so this is section number. This is 2.1. I made a mistake. 2.1. This is 2.2. And this is file. Right. Now, section 3, you have 6 tasks. Let's start with task number 3.1. This is governance, authentication. All right. And next, we have 3.2. That is map authentication. Next, we have 3.3. This is again .1x authentication. XFP. Next one, 3.4. 3.4 is ARP ACL. Where is ARP ACL? ARP ACL. ARP ACL. Fixed. 3.5. 3.5 is your syslog. This guy.
Okay.
Syslog issue. The last one. 3.6. 3.6 is an objective type question. I mean, multiple choice. A multiple choice question. Okay. That ends your section 3.
Okay.
Now, here the section 4 gonna be. Section 4. Section 4 started 4.1 up until 4.10. So we have 10 tasks. So 4.1. Right? Start with NG-IPS. The firepower device. Firepower.
Mm-hmm.
Next generation intrusion prevention system. 4.2. Web security appliance. 4.3. It's Farad.
Okay.
4.4 is DNAC. And 4.5, we have zone-based firewall. Zone-based, this guy, 16, about 16 minutes. 4.5. 4.5, right? 4.5, yes. 4.5. 4.6. 4.6 is your stealth watch. Stealth watch. And we have 4.7. 4.7 is just again a multiple choice question.
Okay.
4.8, 4.9, 4.10. All these are multiple choice questions. 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So how many multiple choice questions? Number 1, 2, 3, 4.
4, yeah.
5, right?
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So total you have 90. So I made a mistake over here. I said here you have 6 multiples. It's actually 5. You have 19 practical questions. 19. Okay.
Okay.
So now let's calculate the time. Okay. Let's look at the time. So
Okay.
this is module 2, module 1, module 1. Module 1 is about, we don't give priority to module 1 because module 1 is easy, not a big
Right.
deal. Module 1 is your design section. Design section, which is of 3 hours, right?
Mhm.
You'll have 32 questions. I'm repeating here. 32 questions you have. Okay. And the
Yes.
breakdown is over here. Breakdown of module 1 is over here. Again, I'm copying. I'll put it here. Okay. You can finish this module in the real lab, real CCIE lab. You can finish this in 10 minutes.
Right.
Okay. Remaining 110 minutes, right? 3 hours, right? 3 hours means how much? 16 to 3, 180, right?
180. Yeah.
180 minus 10, 170 minutes. You can sit and relax for the next session. Okay, but you will not finish in 10 minutes. Okay, the real lab, you will finish this lab, finish the module 1 only in 60 minutes. I know you'll be able to finish in 10 minutes, but you have to sit, read the questions, right? Spend some
Right.
time, do some calculation, and you have to pass the time. Let's say minimum 60 minutes you have to spend. Maximum, minimum you have to spend. Max, you will spend 120, not even 120, 90 minutes. That's enough.
Okay.
That is the maximum time you're gonna. So this is about the module one. Okay, module one. You know, these are the breakdown.
Okay.
Fine. But when you practice, I'll give you practice questions. I mean, I'll give you later. I'll give you all these questions to you.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have to finish off all these questions in 2 minutes when you practice.
Okay.
You got it? But in the
Yeah.
real lab, 60 or 90.
Okay. Just take your time and get it right.
Exactly. You have 3 hours here. You have 180 minutes here, right?
Yes.
This is 180 minutes. 180. So when you go for the real lab exam, you will have a lot of pressure on, right? You're spending a lot of time. You have spent a lot of time in your practice session. You have learned a lot. You did a lot of labs. You got the outputs, right? You practiced a lot day and night. But when you go for the exam, you will have a fear inside your mind. How the exam gonna be? How the appearance of the system is gonna be? How do I manage the time? All those tensions, unwanted tensions you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 3 hours you have for the design section. So this design section, 3 hours, you have to sit and relax. You have to adapt with the environment. You understand how the lab is, how the system works. You know, those things you have to keep. You have to keep your mind adjust with the Cisco lab environment.
Right.
You understand?
Yes.
So many things. Not it doesn't mean that you know everything about the lab. You will not pass. You have to maintain a type of attitude into the lab. For
Yes.
example, inside the lab, you are not the only one participant. You are not the only one candidate. Maybe there are 6 candidates, or maybe there are 10 candidates. Depends on how big the lab is. Right?
Okay.
You have to be inside the lab only. I mean, you are just alone. You don't know anybody there
Right.
except the proctor. Except the proctor. You never look at anybody else's computer. You never talk to anybody else other than the proctor. Any issues you have, you directly speak to the proctor. If any other candidate comes to you for some doubts, you keep your mouth shut. You don't know that. You and the proctor are the only 2 people inside the lab. The
Okay.
other people, other candidates, you have no idea about. You will not go to them. If they come to you, you will not open your mouth. You will not look at their eyes. You understand
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
This,
Me and the proctor.
this,
That's all.
you and the proctor. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Lunch break. You will have a lunch break of 30 minutes to 1 hour, right?
Yes.
The proctor will allow you to have lunch with the other candidates. Okay.
Okay.
During the lunch break, you have a chance to discuss each other. The proctor will give you an opportunity. But anybody comes and speak to you, or Brandon, your name is Brandon, right? What's
Yes.
your name?
Brandon. Yes.
Brandon. Okay. Are you for CCIE Enterprise Lab? So you'll say, no, I'm for CCIE Second. No, you will not answer.
Okay.
You will not answer. Okay. Somebody will come to you. Hey man, do you know about 4-channel? Man, my 4-channel is not coming up. Can you please help me? Maybe you are a super expert in 4-channel. Don't try to prove that you know about 4-channel and try to help that.
Right.
No, keep your mouth shut. Just have your lunch, have your coke, okay? Have some hot water. Just go back to your seat, finish it.
Right.
You and the proctor. That's it. Just follow what the proctor is telling you. If you have any issues, just go to the proctor.
Okay.
You understand? This is how you will behave. Doesn't mean that you know everything and you're gonna clear the lab. No, it's not like that. Got it?
Yes, sir.
So all these things, I'll repeat this uh, before you go for the exam. For example, after tremendous amount of practice, you will come to know, okay, this is how the packet flow of the entire CCA lab is. Okay, I'm confident now. I'm obtaining all the outputs, so you feel that okay, I'm fit enough to give the exam. So you book the lab, right?
Yes.
You book the lab 2 days before the lab exam. We'll have one more conversation, right?
Yes.
I will guide you. I'll give you extra information about how to tackle the task uh, in a very short time, how to verify everything we discussed. And
Yes.
uh, now I'm just giving you an outline, no, just an outline how the CCA lab will be, right? We haven't discussed a single task. I'm just giving you an outline of
Right.
how you have to behave in the CCA lab. And you can take for clearing the CCA lab. You are my student, right? You're my student. So I want you to clear this lab in your first step.
Yes.
Okay, first step. So number one, dedicate yourself.
Okay.
Practice 4 hours a day, at least minimum, 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 minimum 4 hours. Feel free to question for your doubts, for all your doubts. Number 4, you must know end-to-end packet flow. It's not about obtaining the outputs. You should know how the packet flow is.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Number 4, research. Research all possible ways. This will sharpen your knowledge and teaching skills. Fine.
Okay.
All right. Now let's talk about the module 2. This is the managing part, right?
Yes.
Let's see how once you are familiar with all the tasks. Let me tell you how much time you're going to spend for any connect VPN.
Okay.
Okay. Initially, when you start learning any connect VPN, it takes at least 25 to 30 minutes to implement this. Okay.
Okay.
And your output, initially, I'm talking about the initial stage. Initially, when you try to implement Internet VPN, it takes at least 25 to 30 minutes, and your output is it will not work out. Okay. But
Okay.
once you're confident, it takes 10 minutes for you. Okay.
Right.
With output means it's not just output, with proper output. It's not just you connected the Internet VPN and access to your server. It's not like that. You have to display the output in a proper way.
Understood.
Again, SSL VPN. Initially it takes 30 to 40 minutes with no output. Again, this takes you only 5 minutes. Okay,
Okay.
5 minutes. FT max takes 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. LTTP VPN 3 minutes. Okay, let me put for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay.
Right.
2.1. This task will take 10 minutes. This task takes 3 minutes. Why? Why this is 10 minutes and why is it 3 minutes? It is also supposed to be 10 minutes, right?
Right.
Yeah. This takes only less than 3 minutes because we use the same command sets from 2.1.
Ah, okay.
Just change the IP address. IP address we can change. That's it. Okay. For example, if an IP address is in task 2.1, let's say interface G0 by 2, my IP address is 5.2.9.1.255.255.255. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to 2.2, I just simply copy this command, right? I change this to 17. That's it. That is why it's going to take only 3 minutes.
Right.
All right. SFI or active standby contesting. It takes 10 minutes. All right.
Okay.
This will also take 10 minutes. 3.1. 3.1 is .1, right? .1 authentication. This takes 10 minutes. This takes 5 minutes. This takes 10 minutes. RPCL, this takes 2 minutes. This block issue, 2 minutes. This takes 10 seconds.
Right.
Okay, let me put up 20 seconds. NGIPS, 10 minutes. WSA, 10 minutes. Okay, let me put it for 15 minutes because we have so many things to do here. 15 minutes. FireApp, 10 minutes. DNAT, 10 minutes. Zone-based firewall, 10 minutes. Right?
Mm-hmm.
CloudWatch, 10 minutes. This is 20 seconds. Again, 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Can you calculate now how much time you're gonna take? This is 5 hours, man.
Right.
Until 2 is 5 hours. Right?
Yes.
Means 300 minutes. Right? 300 minutes. But how much time you're gonna take? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 63, 73, 78, 88, 90, 92, 102, 112, 212, 215. Sorry, 125, 135, 145, 165. It takes hardly 2.5 hours, right?
Yes.
Balance how much you have. Okay, let it be 3 hours. Let it take 3 hours. 3 hours you took to obtain all the outputs. You have a balance of 2 hours, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So 1 hour from this 2 hours. So 2 hours, we can break it down. 2 hours. How do we break the 2 hours? The balance 2 hours. Balance 2 hours. The balance 2 hours, we need to see how to utilize it. Number one, in any case, any task is having a problem, right? You can use a 1 hour for issue, but this t-shoot should not come. I don't want you to t-shoot in the CCA lab. But in the worst case scenario, if something is not working, okay, still you have 1 hour for t-shoot. For example, you are with 3.1 task. You're not getting the output. You're not getting the output. Just leave as it is. Go ahead with 3.2, 3.3, right?
Okay.
Because you know you will have 1 hour for the t-shoot.
Okay.
Okay. So in that honor, you can come back here and you can work on this. But I'm telling you again, no t-shoot. No t-shoot is good for you to clear the exam. When you're doing task 1.2, you must have the output without t-shoot. The t-shoot will give you a lot of stress. For example, if you had started with 1.2 task and if you're not getting the output, you're gonna stress yourself. Because sitting in the CCA lab is something different. You are in a different world, right? So you should not create a minor mistake. A minor mistake will totally ruin your CCIE lab.
Okay.
So you have to be very, very, very careful when you practice as well as when I train you as a task. You have to understand each and everything. Pinpoint. You should learn about each and every task. Why? Because if something is not working, you know where to pin it, where to pin the issue, right?
Right.
So that's why I've said, in the worst case scenario, I don't want this to happen for you, but still,
Right.
yeah, 1 hour, and the remaining 1 hour for re-verifying
Okay.
all your tasks, and display proper verification. Display proper verification results. For example, when you're using the AnyConnect VPN, right? You'll have access list, right? You'll have to write some access list.
Okay.
So the access list will have hit counts, right? When you're sending the VPN traffic, when it's a firewall, the firewall will create the hit counts. So you have to use a 1 hour for displaying all the proper verification.
Right.
For example, the hit counts. or if it's a graphical based kind of output you have to display, right?
Okay.
So in that case, you should display it in the proper way. You should not keep one command prompt pinging a particular server in one corner and showing something else in a different location of your monitor. No, it's not like that. I want you to arrange everything in the right way. When the proctor or when Cisco evaluate your output, they should know, oh, this guy is great. Look at his output. How did we verify it? See, yeah,
Yes.
you have to impress with them your outputs. You understand? It's not like you put something over here, you put something over there.
Right. We don't want it sloppy. We want it in order, ready for the proctor.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I want you to display the proper output when Cisco comes and verify your output. They have to have an impression that this guy is great.
Yes.
Look at his outputs. So that's how you have to display the outputs. The 1 hour or 1.5 hours we have to reserve for displaying that. It's not like you are getting the outputs of all of that. No, Cisco doesn't want that. Cisco wants you to have the outputs, plus Cisco wants you to show them how do you verify those outputs. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
Right. So far good, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we for the next 3-4 days we will discuss only about module 2.
Okay.
Module 2. So what is module 2 about? Module 2 is do section, right? What does do stands for? Deploy.
Operate.
Deploy. Yes. Deploy. Operate.
And
And
optimize.
optimize. So you have 19 practical tasks. 19, right?
Yes.
Plus 5 multiple choice questions. Multiple choice questions. Okay. So we are going to concentrate on this 19 practical tasks from now on. Okay.
Okay.
From now on. So let me save this document for you. Folder. You have any questions on this?
No, so far so good.
Okay. So this 19 practical tasks, right?
Yes.
We learn in 2 phases. Learn it in 2 phases. Okay.
Okay.
Phase number 1 and phase number 2. Okay. So the phase number 1 will have all ASA tasks. Okay. Plus stealth watch. STALT stealth watch. Okay.
Yes.
This is phase 1. The phase 2 all the remaining tasks. All remaining tasks comes under phase 2.
Okay.
Okay. So what are these tasks? What are the task numbers? Okay, so ASA tasks start with 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and 1.2 and 1.3, then 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, and 2.4. And Stealth Watch is 4.6. You understand how it goes? Phase 1 and phase 2 are independent, but these all are dependent. If any one of the tasks is not working for you, because these all are dependent tasks, right?
Yes.
Phase 1, all are dependent tasks. If any one is not working, for example, it starts with 1.2. What is 1.2? 1.2 is SSL VPN. Sorry, 1.2 is any connect VPN. 1.2.
Yeah.
You see, it's 1.2 any connect VPN. But in the real lab, we won't start with 1.2. To implement any connect VPN, we need to configure IP address, all those stuff, right? So that will actually come in this session. So we start with 2.1 actually, 2.1. Section 2, we start initially. Once the section 2 is done, then we start with 1.2 and 1.2. So these all are ASA tasks, ASA firewall tasks. Once these are completed, then only you can obtain these outputs. So which means 1.2 is dependent on what 2.1 and 2.2.
Okay.
Sorry, 1.2 is dependent on 2.1 and 2.3. You will understand this when I show you the logical diagram,
I
how
understand.
the topology is organized. Okay. So if you want to obtain output for 1.2, your 2.1 and 2.3 must work. Otherwise, this won't work. Similarly, your task number 2.2 and 2.4 are connected. Okay. If this works, 2.2 and 2.4, then only you can implement 1.3. Got it?
Okay. Yes.
So that's why I said then your Stealth Watch. Your Stealth Watch comes under 4.6, right? Once your Stealth Watch is dependent on your task number 2.1, 2.3, 1.2. If these three tasks are working, then only you can come to 4.6.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why I said here. This is 2.1. Active standby. Active standby again. Contexting, clustering. Then any connect VPN, SSL VPN. Then Stealth Watch. See? So
Yeah.
this is a phase 1. These all are dependent tasks. So remaining you have, so many tasks you have, right? Section 3, section 4. They are totally independent of this.
Okay.
Totally independent. So you and me will sit together and learn phase 1 first. Okay?
Okay.
We'll learn these tasks. Then we go to phase 2. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Brandon,
Okay.
there?
Yes, sir.
Let's
Yes.
begin.
Okay.
Okay. So now we're gonna start with phase 1. Okay.
Okay.
Phase 1. And phase 1, we're gonna start with task number 2.1. This is ASA, active standby. Available. Stateless. Stateful. what we're gonna do now.
Okay.
So before that, let me show you. Let me take you into the design of CCIE security. So you have to be very clear about how it is being organized by Cisco and where are we going to implement all those tasks, right?
Okay.
So, you know, topology. I'm gonna share this topology today. So I want you to, you know, take a white sheet of paper, right?
Okay.
And you need to draw yourself in a piece of paper all these devices, network addresses, IP addresses, all those things. Okay. So the phase one I was talking about is this section. This is the phase one section. Comes up to here. This is phase one.
Okay.
Phase one. You got it?
Yes.
You see everywhere ASA firewall, right?
Yes.
You see only ASA firewall. Let me highlight it for you. The ASA firewall is over here. Active standby. Also active standby. Your contexting. I mean, your cloud active gonna come here. Your clustering gonna come here, right?
Okay.
So if I write the task numbers, the task number here, the task number 2.1. This task number 2.2. Here it is 2.3, 2.4. Then you're gonna implement here any kind of VPN on this section. You'll implement 1.2 so that these two guys will access their respective servers in the data center, which means the traffic they're gonna send. For example, this guy has to access this server.
Right.
How is gonna come? He's gonna come like this using the AnyConnect VPN, and go like this, go here, right?
Yes.
And similarly, this guy will also use AnyConnect VPN. He's gonna come like this. Active firewall. He's gonna go to the second context over here. Okay. So 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 1.2 is over. Next is 1.2, 1.3, 1.3, 1.3. You're gonna implement over here. 1.3 you're gonna come over here. Here you'll have 2.2 plus 1.3 VPN. So how SSL VPN? Who are the clients of SSL VPN? These guys. This guy will access this server. This guy.
Okay.
Similarly, this guy uses SSL VPN. Access his server.
Okay.
Right? So how many tasks over now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tasks over. Right?
Yes.
6 tasks over. These all are ASA tasks.
Yes.
ASA. Plus, you will have one more task that is basically from this PC.
Stopwatch.
Okay, from this PC, you will continuously send ICMP packets to this guy.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna send ping. This guy's IP address is 192.168.1.1, but you're gonna ping this. You're gonna reach this guy using an IP address 19.16.1.1.
Okay.
What is the real IP of this guy? The real IP The real IP of this guy is 192.168.1.1.
Okay.
Okay, but using the VPN, you cannot reach this IP address. You are supposed
Right.
to reach a NAT IP address. That IP
Yeah.
is 19.16.1.1.
Got it.
You will ping this IP address from this guy continuously, right? Okay, so the
Okay.
traffic, the ICMP traffic will come like this through R9, right? R9 will forward this guy to ASA firewall. This guy will do the translation. He will convert the 1916 1.1 IP address to 192.168.1.1, and then it goes here.
Right.
And the play comes back. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we have a task named as Stealth Watch. STEAL, Stealth Watch.
Yes.
It's a monitoring device. Okay, the same device. It's a monitoring device. So what we're gonna do is we utilize this guy, this particular route. This router name is R9. Okay, R9 will act as a flow exporter.
Yeah.
Flow exporter. He'll export the flow, right? He'll export the flow to a flow collector.
Yep.
Flow collector. Okay. The flow collector is integrated with a manager, flow manager. These two devices are Stealth Watch. So how many devices required? A router, you'll act as a flow exporter, right? And a flow collector and a flow manager.
Yep.
Fine. This guy is a decision maker. Decision maker is a flow manager. He will tell this guy, flow collector, hey man, I don't want this. Inform the flow exporter because he's gonna send the required data traffic to the flow collector. The flow collector will send to the flow manager. The flow manager will analyze whatever we're gonna deploy some policies, right? So he's gonna monitor those policies based on the information received from the flow collector. And if there is some abnormality in the data pattern, he's gonna indicate the flow collector that, man, I'm not happy with that. You indicate this guy to remove the route, do whatever I'm telling you. Maybe it's gonna tell that flow exporter that shut down one of the interface or remove one of the routes from the routing table, whatever it is.
Okay.
And we can set on the flow manager. Fine. So basically, the Stealth Watch task is what it is asking us to implement is. If any ICMP traffic, continuous ICMP traffic is coming from the sales, this PC. This PC is called sales PC.
Yes.
Sales PC. This is the sales server.
Yes.
Sales server. We have a sales PC connected to the internet, right? ISP.
Yes.
So this guy has to use any connect VPN to access the sales server. Okay. So once the connectivity is done, then if in any case this guy is continuously sending ICMP traffic to this guy, right?
Okay.
The R9 basically ICMP traffic will go like this, right? ICMP traffic is going through the R9. So R9 knows that who is taking the traffic in and out, R9.
Yes.
So we will tell R9 that you send the ICMP traffic pattern to the flow collector.
Yes.
The flow collector will in turn send this to the flow manager, right?
Yes.
And the flow manager will say that whenever the sales PC is communicating with sales server with an ICMP traffic, right?
Yes.
ICMP traffic. We will Cisco will ask us to meet some criteria. If that criteria is meeting, right? If that criteria is meeting, what we have to do is we have to tell the flow manager, manager to inform the flow collector, in turn inform the R9 to remove the route to this guy. So this guy's routing table will have a route 19, 16, 101, right? What is the IP address of this guy? Right? I said this guy will not be able to reach this guy with the actual IP address. He has to go with 19, 16, 101, right?
Yes.
So obviously this guy will have a route that 19, 16, 101 should go to SA, this guy, right? Next
Yes.
up is this interface. So whenever R9 sends the ICMP pattern to the flow collector, the flow manager identifies that the criteria has met. The flow manager will tell this guy remove this route from the routing table so that there won't be any connectivity from this guy to this guy.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes.
So this network gonna be null on the routing table. So which means this guy will send the traffic only up to here. The traffic will not go here because there is a route. That is a stealth watch task all about. You understand?
Yeah.
So stealth watch, you can implement stealth watch only if you have successfully completed 2.1 active standby. This guy is gonna be the active. This guy is gonna be the standby. Okay?
And one.
If this is successful and this is 2.1, this is 2.3. If 2.3 is successful, right?
Yes.
Then only you can implement the any connectivity, that is 1.2. If these three tasks are working perfectly, then only you can implement 4.6. 4.6.
Yes. Okay.
Understand?
Yes.
Similarly over here, whatever configurations you do here, right, for 2.1, you just have to change the IP address. For example, if you look at this design, this is exactly same as this one, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Can you look at the design? It's same. This firewall is over here. This firewall is over here. There's a connectivity like this. There's a connectivity over like this, right? There's a router over here. Here also there's a router, right? And the outside is connected like this. Here also it's connected. From here, connectivity is going to the ISP, right? It's also connectivity is going to the ISP, right? Here's a PC. Here also a PC. Here there's a second PC. There's a second PC. Same, right? Exact same. So if you are able to do 1.2, so this is 2.1. If you are able to do 2.1,
then 2.2
you can do 2.2, right?
Yes.
Only thing, what's the difference here? The difference is this is 5.2.8.0. This is double of that. 5.2.16.0.
Okay.
So only thing is the commands you have over here, you have to change the third of it.
The third octet, yes.
And put it over here. Put it over here. That's it. Okay.
Okay.
So now let's zoom in. So what is phase one then? So you understand what is the phase one, right? The phase one is all about
ASA firewall.
Here.
Yes. The bottom section.
ASA firewall and stealth watch is the phase one. This is phase one.
Yep.
So I have to finish the phase one. I mean, we have to finish phase one today.
Okay.
Phase one today.
Yes.
Okay. If possible, we'll take tomorrow also, right? I don't want to rush, right? We'll see each and every output, right? Let's say we have to finish 2.1 active standby. Again, we can use the same command set over here.
Yes.
Then this task we can finish. This one we can finish, and SSL. We can. Let's see how far we can go. You can tell me when you are, when you are out of grasping the things. You can tell me, hey,
okay.
I'm out for the day. You can intimate.
Okay.
So before we start the configuration, first you should understand we have two management networks. Two management networks. Let me zoom into this. Okay. What is the first network? Management network. 150. You can note it down. Now we can write it down.
Okay.
The management network 1 is 151.7.0/24. Okay. Let me write it for you. Module 2. Networks. Management network 1. What is the network address? 151.7.0/2024.
Yeah.
We have one more network, that one more management network. That is 161. So these are the two management networks. Okay, and 95% we'll be using management network 1.
Okay.
And 5% we will be using management network 2.
Okay.
So now let me go back to this, right?
Yeah.
This is the PC we're gonna use to configure everything. So what is the management PC IP address? 151.7.20.
201. Okay.
Got it? 201. 201 is a management PC. So we'll be gonna use this PC to configure the entire task, module 2.
Yes.
The entire module 2, we're gonna use this PC and configure.
Okay.
Active Directory and DNS server. What is IP address?
200.
200. The management IP -1. 200. Okay. 200. Identity Services Engine. What is the IP address?
That 111.
.111. Okay. 1.111. Correct. NGIPS. FMC NGIPS. .251. All right.
Yes.
And NGIPS. This is the FMC NGIPS. It's the manager, right? FMC is the manager. Firepower Management Console, right?
Right.
Manager is 251. And the NGIPS is 252.
Yep.
All right. Web Security Appliance is 213. Email Security Appliance 219. But we don't have any task related with ESA.
Okay.
We have a multiple choice question. That's it. You don't have to learn ESA. But WSA is required.
Okay.
Okay. ESA we have. I'm telling you, ESA we have, but we don't have to do any practical task. We have a question, a multiple choice question. Got it?
Right.
Related with ESA. That's it. Then we have Firearm Cloud, and Firearm Cloud consists of two devices: Firearm Console and Firearm Admin. The Firearm Console IP address is .217, and the Firearm Admin is 216. Okay. DNAC 115. NTP server 231. 231. Mail server not required. We are not using. We have only multiple choice questions based on this. These guys not required. Mail server Cisco.com, mail server CCIE.com not required for our practical labs.
Okay.
No. Attack simulator, Kali attacker. I said there's a Kali Linux, right?
Yes.
So the attacker IP address is .256. So these are the these all belongs to 150 network. 150
Right. All the
1.7
management network.
0/24.
Okay.
All the management network, right? What about 161? If you look at the right hand side over here, these guys are with 161.1.7.0. What are
Oh,
those
hold
devices?
on. I don't
FMC,
see your
FTD,
screen.
the firepower 3.
Ram. Okay. I see your screen now.
Oh,
Go ahead.
all right. So this is the management network 2. What is the network address? 161.170/24. Only few devices, right?
Okay.
Very few devices. What are those devices? Firepower devices. I mean the FTD and FMC. FTD1, FTD2. FTD1 IP address is .16. FTD2 IP address we're gonna configure .18, and it's manager .15. Then we have Stealth Watch, SMC, Stealth Watch Management Console .22, and the Flow Collector .23.
Mm-hmm.
Got it? So you should understand there are two management network in the CCIE security version 6.0 lab scenarios, right? One is 151.7.0/24. The second management network is 161.1.7.0/24.
Right.
Okay. Fine. Do you have WhatsApp?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Can you send me your WhatsApp number? I can share you this design to you,
Yes.
so that whenever you need, you can go to this design and understand how the things are being organized. Right?
Yep.
Please put your number on the chat box.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. I'm gonna send you this design right now.
Thank you.
Plus 12409187065.
Yes.
See, I'm getting the WhatsApp.
Nothing yet, but I'm looking.
Yes. 240-918-706
7065. Yes.
7065. I put 8. Plus 12409187065. I'm not getting WhatsApp. You have my number, right?
No, I don't have your number, but you should.
My number is +91-999-560-5968.
Okay, that was.
Please drop me a WhatsApp message.
Okay, yeah. Give me 1 second.
Yep.
+999 560 5968.
I'm getting WhatsApp on your number.
I don't. Oh, plus maybe +91. Oh, okay.
Another, please.
Oh, okay. Save. There's my man Ram. Okay. Send the message.
Oh, yeah, I got it, man. I got it.
Oh, you got it? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, I sent you. Okay.
Nice.
So you have WhatsApp on your web? I mean, WhatsApp on your desktop? Web WhatsApp app?
Well, it's on my phone, but I can, what I'm saying, I can transfer the file because it's Apple to Apple, right?
Okay. So can I share the document to your WhatsApp?
Oh, you said, can
I
I?
sent you now.
Yeah, if you send the file, I can get it. Yes.
Okay. Or I think I can share it through the meet, right?
Maybe.
Options.
Yeah, you usually can drop files in. Yes. but the WhatsApp should work. I don't understand. You should
Yes,
be able to.
let me see. Yes, yes, yes. Let me see. Let me drag and drop the file. So I'll send in both in WhatsApp as well as.
Outstanding.
Okay, let me put it over here. Okay, and I'm gonna send you on. I sent you on. Oh, the chat is. I mean, the go-to meeting is not allowing me to send you the file.
Oh, GoToMeeting won't let you
Anyhow,
PDF? Okay. Well, it looks like it's loading, so it'll just be a few minutes and we'll be good.
yeah, it's loading. Yes, it's actually a 1 MB file, 2 pages.
Okay.
It takes some time. Anyhow,
Yeah.
let's look at the design. Okay.
Okay.
So very important for you to understand these domain names.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna send you a snip of this to your WhatsApp. So from today onwards, you have to learn this domain name as well as IP address.
Okay.
Gonna help you out. Okay. Let's go through one by one. 151.7.0, I mean 151.7.200. This is actually the DNS, ADDNS. Can you see a dot 200? ADDNS,
ADDNS.
Active
Yes.
Directory. This is 200. Right? So what is the domain name? Cisco.com.
Right.
If in the CCIE lab, if you are in the management PC, if you try to ping Cisco.com, you try to ping Cisco.com, you're gonna get this IP address. You're gonna fall into 151.7.200 IP address.
You're right.
Got it?
Yes.
Yes. What is the domain name of ICE? ICE is ice2.cisco.com.
Okay.
For example, let me go to the mm, uh, yeah. So remote desktop connection. I'm gonna access the server, and we are going to land on the base PC. We're gonna land on this guy, 201.
Okay. The management PC. Okay.
Still loading. So my network is slow. Oh, 8.8. It is slow. Yes, we landed now. Okay, this is the base PC.
Okay.
Close all these guys. Okay. If I ping ice2.cisco.com, I'm getting the reply, right?
Yes.
What is the IP address?
7.111.
111. So 111 belongs to whom?
ICE.
ICE, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cisco.com.
The DNS server. .200.
Yes. ADDNS. Ping Cisco.com. Getting IP address, right? Getting a
Yes.
reply. The IP is showing as 5220 some is IP address. So what happened? What happened is go to the network control panel. Here I have configured that 5.2.IP address. Let me remove that here.
Oh yeah, DNS. Yes. Okay.
And let me see here. This is not required because I'm using this server for multiple purpose. This actually belongs to CCIE Enterprise Lab.
Okay.
That's why you see 199. So
Okay.
52. Yeah, this guy. It is IP address, right? So let me remove it. That's why when I'm thinking Cisco.com, this IP is applying to you.
Okay.
I don't want that. Okay. Now let me there. Now what else? ASA1.cisco.com is 5210.1. ASA2. So all these domain names you have to learn. Okay, domain name plus the corresponding IP address. You have to learn it today. Okay.
Okay.
Tomorrow I'll ask you, hey, Brendan, what is the IP address of ftd2.cisco.com? You should tell me this.
Okay.
161.1.7.18. Okay?
Yes.
It's very important.
Okay.
Now, let's go back to the design. And so we understood about the management network 1, that is 150.170/24. And
Yeah.
we understood about the management network 2, that is 161.1.7.0/24, right?
Yes.
And what are the network addresses? I mean, the infrastructure can be any number. It starts with 5.2.8,
Right.
minimum 8. So that is why when we come to the ASA firewall, 8 is over here, 528.0.
Okay.
Okay. So let's look at here. Look this ASA firewall very closely. Let me grab my pen. All right. So here we have a task to achieve, that is 2.1.
Mm-hmm.
2.1 says that we have to configure active standby failover, stateful failover configuration between ASA1B and ASA11B.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, what are the names of these firewalls?
ASA1B, ASA11B.
ASA11B. And gig 0/0 or G0/0. Let me zoom into this.
Yes, I see. Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yeah. Those are the inside interface. G101.
So G0/0 and G0/0 is gonna use 528.0.
Yes.
Okay. So we have to configure .1 over here, .2 over here.
Okay.
It's gonna be the inside interface. All right. Any doubts?
Yes.
Clear, right? So gig
Yes.
0/0 will take the inside interface. Gig 0/1 gonna take the outside interface.
Mm-hmm.
The network address gonna be 5.2.10.0. Okay,
Yes.
and where is 9? 9 is gonna be the failover LAN and failover link
Mm-hmm.
of the ASF. Have you ever worked on ASF firewall?
It's been a long time, but no. Yeah.
It's been a long time, right? So you know, we have to configure something like name it, right? We have to put a name for each interface, right? So
Yes.
0/0, we have to put this name,
Yeah.
and we
Name
have to
if.
apply the security level, right?
Okay.
By default,
Oh,
if you apply inside, it's gonna be 100, right? 100. And
yes.
here, if you put outside on G 0/1, it's gonna take a security value of 0. right? You know,
Right.
you know all this, right? Fine. So 5.2.8.0, that's gonna take your inside interface plus 1 is gonna be 5.2.9.0. That is gonna be using by the G0 by 2 of the firewall. We're gonna use this for failover LAN interface and failover link interface.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we have G0 by 1, that is gonna be the outside interface. So we have to configure this. Three IP addresses, 3 interfaces, 3 IP addresses we have to configure. Also, you can see here the management interface, M0 by 0, right? M0 by
Yes.
0. So we have to configure an IP address. What is the, here we're going to use a management network
150.
151.7.0.
Yeah.
So this is going to be 151.7.53. This is going to be
Yes.
151. It's not 59, it's going to be 53, okay? I mean 54.
Okay.
It's a mistake. It's 54. So let me take the other one. 54
Okay.
is going to be. So it's a mistake I did. Topology. I'll edit it and send to you, okay?
Okay.
See, it's in here it is correct. Yeah, it's correct over here. Okay, 50, 53 and 54. All right.
Mm-hmm.
There are actually 2 pages here. The first page is this one. Second page is this one. 2
Okay.
pages. In the second page, we have, can you see a 5512?
Yes.
And next is 5513. So the
Okay.
5512 page is correct. Okay. So let's look at the
Okay.
5512. So here, 53, 151.7.53 and 54 is the management IP address we have to configure on the firewall.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, we have to tell the firewall that the DNS server IP address is 200, right?
Yes.
We have to tell the firewall about the DNS IP address 200, right? And the ASA firewall is unaware of these 2 remote routes, right? I mean 5 to 11.0 and 12.0, right? They're unaware of these 2 routes, remote routes. So they're not directly connected, right?
Right.
They're not directly connected. So we have to make aware of this firewall about these 2 remote networks. These is what the task 2.1 is asking us to configure.
Right.
So we're gonna begin with task number 2.1. Okay, I'll show you the question later, but I'm gonna give you a summary of the task 2.1. It says that this guy has to be the active guy, this guy has to be the standby guy, right? And we have to ensure that this guy is able to reach this network and this network, right? And we have to configure the inside interface and outside interface and the management interface.
Yes.
Okay. And also on top of that, we have to configure DNS server. Okay. Tell this guy the DNS server is 151.7.200,
200.
right?
Yes.
And finally, when we configure, why are we configuring the management interface? We are configuring the management interface to access this device using the ASD. It's a graphical manager, right?
Yes.
GUI, graphical user interface, the manager. So the manager has to come and configure this guy using the ASD. So end of the task, after we complete 2.1, from here we should be able to reach this network. From here we should be able to reach this network. From here we should be able to access. I mean, this device has to be accessed by the ASDM.
Yes.
Okay, Adaptive Security Device Manager. That's what we're going to do now. Okay.
Okay.
So let me open a notepad and start configuring it. Okay.
Okay.
So in the exam, you will write a script like this. What I'm going to do. Script. So you're gonna start with task number 2.1. That is active standby. Failover. Fine. What is the first step? The first step is you will activate the failover. You'll activate the failover. That is the first thing you're gonna do.
Okay.
So this is the design, right? So which interface is gonna be? Which interface we are going to use for the failover LAN and failover link?
Gig
We're gonna use the
O2.
interface G0/2,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Renoted command. Failover LAN unit. We're gonna input this command on ASA1V, okay? ASA1V.
Okay.
So interface G0/2 noted failover LAN unit primary. Because the question paper says that ASA1V has to be the primary,
Right.
right? Primary. So failover, next command is failover LAN interface. Is gonna put a name FO, which interface G0/2. Correct or not?
Yes.
Now LAN interface is we're gonna put a name FO and we're gonna define the G0/2 interface. And the failover link is also same interface. So failover link is again FO G0/2. Third command on failover.
Okay.
And we're gonna
So
assign an IP address. Yeah, tell me.
hold on. So failover LAN interface is FO G0/2. Failover link, you don't have to put LAN in front of that. It's just failover link.
Yes, no, there is no need of putting interface. This is not
Okay.
required.
No, I meant
In the
LAN.
exam, what you do is type this, come
Yeah.
down, copy this, paste it here, and change this LAN to link, right?
Yes.
And remove the interface. That's it.
Okay. I'm good. Thank you.
Now you're gonna put the IP address, failover interface IP for FO. What is the IP address? 529.1.
Yes.
255.255.255.0.
Yeah.
And the standby gonna take .2 address. So standby
Yes.
is gonna be 5.2.9.2. Okay,
Yes.
and you're gonna activate the failover. So this command. So once I'm gonna paste this command on the ASA1V.
Yep.
I'll go to the server. I'm gonna open the party. So here I'll have the empathy. All the devices are ASA1V,
Mm-hmm.
right? And ASA11V. Right hand side, you can see the list of all the devices in the CCIE, right? But now we are working with only ASA1V and ASA11V. Okay.
Okay.
So enable the default password configured on all the devices is Cisco.
Yes.
Configure terminal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Show interface IP brief. Show interface IP brief. No interfaces are configured, right?
Right.
Show failover. Failover is not configured.
Right.
Failover is off, right? So
Yes.
now what am I gonna do? I'm gonna copy the command I have. Typed over here, right?
Yes.
And I copy this and paste it over here, right? No errors. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to configure ASA2V. So it's ASA11V.
Yes.
Where is ASA11V? I'm gonna configure this guy, ASA11V,
Yeah.
right? So I will simply copy this command as it is. Copy. I'll paste it over here. I'll change this to 11V. Everything same. I'm gonna change this to secondary. That's it.
Yes.
Copy. I'll paste it on ASA 11V. This is again ASA 1V. I'm gonna take ASA 11V from here. ASA 11V. Enter. Enable Cisco configure terminal. I'm gonna paste it now. Paste it. So now can you see on I put secondary detected an active meet. Application from the meet. See now the active standby has been detected.
Right.
Right? So end configuration of the application. Now we're gonna verify the configuration. Show failover.
Yes.
So we are in ASA 1V, right? We have the ASA 1V says that the failover is on.
Yes.
Right? And this unit is primary.
Yes.
Right? The failover LAN interface is up. And what about the failover link? So this host is a primary active. Other host is secondary, but bulk sync, which means the synchronization is still in progress, right?
Okay.
Still in progress. And also you can see here the failover link is also up.
Yes.
So config is correct now, right? I'm going to ping the IP address. Ping. I'm going to ping the standby. What is the IP address? 529.2.
Yes.
Reachability, fine, right?
Yes.
So my failover is successful now between ASA 1V and ASA 11. Now the failover is done. Now what is our next job? Our next job is to configure the inside interface, outside interface, and the management interface. Right?
Yes.
So what am I going to do here? I'm going to go to the notepad here. I'm going to start with. So in the exam, you don't have to type this. You just type this command, copy, paste it on ASA1V, change this to secondary, right? Copy this and put it on ASA11V.
11V.
Okay, you don't have to type big script. No need.
Right.
No need. Okay, which is primary. Now what? Now the active standby is successful. Now we can configure the inside interface.
Yes.
What is the network address of inside interface? 528.0, right? And what is the interface we're going to use? We're going to use interface G0 by 1. Right? 0 by 1. Name it inside. Right? Security level 100. IP address 528.1. 255.2550. You don't have to type standby. You can just simply type S. That's it. 528.2. Right? Oh, shit. So your inside interface is over. Copy this, paste it. Now we're gonna configure outside interface. What is the network address? 5210, right?
Yes.
So this is gonna be G0, right? This is gonna be outside. Simply change this into out. Security level is 0. It's gonna be 10. Gonna be 10. Now we need to configure the management interface, right? 3 interfaces we have to configure.
Yes.
You're getting what I'm doing?
Yep.
And with me, okay. Now I simply copy this and paste it over here, repeat it. I'm going to change this to M0 by 0, the management interface. This is going to be, I'm going to put a name MGMT, right?
Yeah.
The management interface has to be with a security level of 100 because we're going to access this ASF firewall through the management interface.
Right.
What is the network address? 151.7.53, right? And double click, copy, and paste it over here. This is 54. Correct?
Yes.
So 3 interfaces configured now. Fine. Let me paste these three commands. I mean, three interfaces. Copy from here, inside, outside, management. Copy. I'm going to the ASA1V. I don't need this guy anymore. I don't need this ASA1V. 11V. I can close it. I don't need. Whatever configurations I'm gonna do on ASA1V.
Right.
Done. Right?
Yes.
Now, the interface is configured. Show name it. And see here, G0 by 0 is outside, G0 by 1 is inside, security level 100, and the management interface MGMT. The security level is fine. All good.
Yeah.
Now, right after you configure management, why are we configuring the management interface? We are configuring the management interface to use ASDM to access the SF firewall.
Yes.
Right? So, how the ASDM will access? Using which protocol? HTTPS, right?
Yes.
So, HTTP server enable, right?
Yes.
This command will enable HTTPS on the ASA firewall, not HTTP. ASA doesn't understand HTTP traffic.
Right.
But when you put HTTP server enable command, it understands that, okay, I have to enable HTTPS.
Right.
Right?
Yep.
And we're going to permit HTTP traffic for 151.7.0, the first management network. Okay? 151.7.7.0, 255.255.255.250 via which interface? Via the management interface.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Done. Now we have to configure DNS. DNS, domain lookup. The DNS domain lookup has to be made through the
Inside.
G0 byte, not through the management.
Okay.
Because after the question paper, after the question, we can reach the management interface. I mean, we can reach the DNS server through this management interface because they are connected to the same network, right? 151.7.0.
Yes. Right.
But after the question paper, we should not reach the DNS via management interface. We should reach via G0 by 1, that is inside.
Okay.
That is the reason why I'm going to type here DNS domain lookup via inside. Okay. DNS name server. What is IP address of the DNS server? 151.7.200. Right?
Yeah.
And what is the domain name? Domain name is Cisco. Right?
Yes.
So when we are accessing the ASA firewall from this subnet, it will ask for an authentication. Right? We need a username and password. So I'm going to put the username and password. So username, I'm going to put Cisco. Password is Cisco with a privilege level of 50. All right. Now the ASA firewall is unaware of these two routes, correct?
Yeah.
5211.0 and 5212.0, right? And this R1 is the ISP, Internet Service Provider.
Mm-hmm.
It has got three interfaces, right? Three interfaces.
Yeah.
This is called R1.
Yes.
R1. And you see each and every device, any device you take, it has got a management interface. So whatever is shown in this red color stick, that is the management interface. Okay. In the CCIE security lab, if you have a router, the G0 by 1 interface is being used for the management access.
Okay.
For example, R1, G0 by 1 being used. If you take R9, G1 being used. This is a CSR router.
Right.
Okay. That's why we have G1. G1.
Yes.
Okay. But this is the normal virtual router. That's why we have G0 by 0, G0 by 1, G0 by 2, G0 by 3. But it's a CSR router. This is a CSR router. That's why we have, it start with G1, G2, G3. Got
Right.
it. So, but end of the day, we have the first interface, G1.
Yes.
Okay. If I take this guy, RH, again, CSR router, G1.
Yes.
Any router you take in this lab, the G1 or G0 by 1 being used for management purpose for any router. Any router. But in case of switch, for example, switch number 4, it's G0 by 0.
Okay.
You got the difference. You got the difference, right? So switches will use G0 by 0, but the routers will use G1 or G0 by 0. Is that clear?
Yes.
Good. Now, how do we understand? This is a, what is the IP address over here? 231. How we got 231? What is the rule Cisco is following to put this IP address? Right? 231. R1 231. Let's look at R2. R2 is somewhere over here. R2 is 232. What about R3? R3 will be 233, right?
Right.
Let's go to R3. R3 is over here, 233. So whenever you have a router, for example, R7.
237.
So you have a router R7. 237. Correct. Good. Which means your base is 230 plus the router number. Got it?
Yes.
230 plus the router number will give you the management IP address of that particular router. But in case of switch, for example, switch 7. Switch 7. It is not 230, it is just 30. So what would be the IP address of this guy? 150, 1, 7, 37.
Yes.
Got it?
Yep.
What about switch 1?
31.
Exactly, 31. What about switch 4?
34.
34. Let's go to switch number 1 and see. It is 151.7.31. Switch number 1 is over here. 51. You're right. Switch number 4.
34.
34. Switch number 7.
37.
37. Got the logic, right?
Yes.
In switches, which interface we are going to use for the management purpose? Gig 0 by 0.
Yes.
Gig 0 by 0. But in router,
0 by 1.
G1 or G0 by 1.
Yes.
What is, can you tell me what is the router number of this IP address? 240.
The router number should be 16.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
What about 238?
8.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
What about this guy?
7.
So you got it right?
Yes.
What about this guy? 49.
49, 19.
It's not matching, right?
Right.
Yeah, but it's R9.
Okay.
But it's R9.
Okay. What's at 2?
So
Is there anything at 2?
we have a slight difference over here.
Okay.
There's nothing called 239. We don't have. 249. Here the rule is not matching. It's not 230 plus 9, right?
Right.
But remember, I told you R9 is going to act as a flow exporter, right?
Ah, right.
Right? We export the flow pattern to the flow collector. We will send to the flow manager. So we have stealth watch coming our way. So you can keep in mind that this guy has a special role in the CCA lab, right?
Right.
This guy is special. So he doesn't follow 230 plus 9.
Yes.
He follow 240 plus 9.
Okay.
Only one guy. Only this guy has a special IP address. He doesn't follow 230 plus 9. He follow 240 plus 9.
Yep.
All right. So R9 is the only one guy doesn't follow the management IP address rule. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay, good. And there's one more router. All the routers I said all the routers will be using either G1 or G0 by 1 as their management interface, right?
Yes.
Correct. I told you like this. G0 by 1 or G1 is gonna be the management interface, MGMT interface for all routers in the CCA lab.
Yes.
But we have a router called R12. R12. What is the management IP address here for R12? 230 plus 12, right?
Yep. So it should be 242.
242. 242. Let's go to R12. R12 is somewhere over here. Okay, R12. R12 is having a different IP address, right?
Okay.
R12 is having a different IP, 239. See, R9 IP address is using by R12, according to our rule, right? I said 239 is not using by anybody, but we are not using the CCA lab. We are not using this IP address in any scenario. We are not using this at all.
Okay.
Okay, but you should know there are a couple of things Cisco has mixed up.
Okay.
Okay, we're not using this IP address in any of the tasks, but you should know there's a change. This IP actually belongs to R9, right? But R9 is using 249.
Right.
Okay, but R12 is taking over 239 IP. But I said R239 is not using by any other device. No, I made a mistake. It's 239 is using by R12.
Okay.
Okay. Let me double confirm. I'll go to the pre-config and confirm. R12 is using that IP address. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Pre-config. R12. Yes, it's using 239. It's correct.
Okay.
Okay. And what is the interface we are going to use? G1, following
G1.
the rule, right?
Yes.
But if you look at R4, can you see which interface is using? G3, special case. Okay. R4 is the only one router in the CCA security lab using G3 as a management interface. But don't worry, we're not going to use this IP address or this interface. It's just for our understanding purpose.
Okay.
We're not
Yes.
going to use this. We never ping 234. We never use G3. We don't use interface G3 command in our CCA lab. So don't worry. But you should understand there are a couple of differences here comparing with other routers.
Understood.
So we have a totally we have 3 special cases here.
Yes.
Number 1,
R9.
you can make a note of this. Number 1, R9.
249.
Also interface
G1.
G1.
Yeah.
and the IP is .249.
Yes.
Number 2, R12.
Mm-hmm.
Interface is same G1, but the IP address is 239.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, R4 is using G3.
G3.
IP is following the same rule, 230.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Yes.
These are. We are concerned only about this guy. We need all these we need. We are not going to use their. We don't care their interface or we don't care about their IP address. We are not using them. Not using their IP address interface. We are going to use this guy. But you should know how they talk with each other. What are the differences here? Management IP or interface. Is that clear?
Yes.
Ask you questions tomorrow. You should ask. Okay. Now up until here we are completed, right?
Yes.
Fine. Now let's go back to the design here. So R1, you should understand about R1. 231, this is IP address. This is IP address to R1.
Yes.
But we have discussed about this 231 IP address somewhere. We discussed about 230. Right? Let me take you there. 231, right? So let me go up 231. 231. Over here. 231 over here. So who is the NTP server in CCIE?
NTP server 231.
Yeah. Who is that? Which device?
R1.
Router 1. R1 is the NTP server.
Yes.
Okay. So where is R1 sitting? R1 is connected to the ASF firewall. See here. It's an internet router. R1.
Right.
His IP address is 230. The whole CCIE lab, they're gonna use R1 as the NTP server.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Now let's go to the configuration. The firewall is unaware of 2 networks, right?
Yes. 3.
2 networks are unaware of 2 networks.
Oh,
so
from the
I'm
internet.
gonna teach him those 2 networks. I'm gonna configure a static route.
Okay.
So what is the command? Route, right? So if it was a router, we know IP route. We'll configure 5.2.11.0.255.255.255.250 and the next up IP address is 5.2.10.11. If you look at closely here,
Yes.
you see it's 11, right? Next up IP address.
Yeah.
Right? So this is how we configure the router, right? But in the firewall, we don't use IP command, right?
Okay.
So let me delete it. And we have to mention here which interface. The interface outside. Through the outside interface, he has to reach 5.2.11.0 network address and next up. So one network over, next network. 5.2.0. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So these are the commands we have to put it on. Put it on ASA 1. So up until here we have already pasted. These many commands are pasted, right?
Yes.
Now we have to paste these. So copy. I hope there is no mistakes in these commands. I'm going to the firewall. ASA1B, I'm going to paste it over. It's good. No errors. Okay. So I'm going to the base. I'm in the base PC now, right? I'm going to try reaching the IP addresses and I'm going to reach the manager interface. For example, what I'm trying to do is I'm going to show interface IP brief. on the firewall. So I'm going to reach this IP address. Okay.
Okay. Hold. Okay, go ahead.
So ping 150 1.7.53. Getting right.
Yes.
So which means if I get a reply, then only I can use the ASDM to access. So how do I ensure that this is working? I mean,
You go. You
from 150
navigate
network, I
to the
can
website.
access the firewall.
Yeah,
So what we have to do is we have to open a browser,
Yes.
right? Open a browser and we'll put the management IP address. We already tested the connectivity is there, right? We ping that
Yeah.
IP address. So HTTPS // 151.7.53 is the IP address, right?
Yes.
Of the firewall. So I got a, your connection is not private, you will get exactly same as this in the CCIE lab.
Yes.
I'm going to proceed unsafe.
Mm-hmm.
And can you see here, I can download this Cisco ASDM. So to download this, so install ASDM launcher, right? And
Yes.
you have to install it. This is an update. This is a Windows update, don't worry, you won't get this CCIE lab.
I understand.
Just closing it. So I'm going to execute this, I'm going to run this ASDM launcher. Fine. Okay, I'm going to execute this application. Run. Next. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I have the ASDM launcher installed here. Yes. Right. What is the IP address? 53. Right.
Yes.
53. What is the enable? You can use username and password Cisco and Cisco because we already applied the username and password, right? Cisco.
Yeah.
Or you can use just enable password. You don't have to put Cisco at all. You can simply put the enable password. It will log in.
Mm.
Both ways you can log in. No problem. Okay. So I'm going to try with the enable password. So you're going to get a security warning. Just continue with that.
Yeah. Continue.
Now we are going to get the graphical view of the ASDM. I mean ASA 11B. So 53 is ASA. I'm going to delete all this because somebody was using this lab and they were trying to access 52, 53.
Okay.
So, right, we got it.
Yes.
We got it. Similarly, we can access 54 as well, right? Because 54 is a standby.
Yeah.
Who is 54? 54 is a standby, right?
Yes.
This guy also we can access 54. So let me access that guy. First, let me ping that guy. We see that guy is reachable. Right, I'll go to console command line over here. 53 was pinging. Now I'm gonna ping 54. Good. 54 is also reachable. And now I will put here 54. Enable password Cisco. Enter. Here I'm also able to get 54, which means my config is correct. Now I'm loading, and I have to get in the inventory 54. Got it. Okay. So 54 is there. 51 we didn't try it, so let me remove this guy. These guys are not required. 52 also, and here I have 53. Here I have 54. Both I have.
Yes.
Two separate windows. Okay. Both are working. Cool. Now that is about one task. This is task number 2.1 is over. We got
Okay.
output. That's it. What about 2.2? Control A, Control C.
Yeah. Just change the third
Paste,
activity.
duplicate. 2.2.
Yeah.
Right.
2.2.
This is gonna be ASA 2V.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is 2.1, 2.2, right? 2.2 is again the same access standby failover, but we're gonna use ASA 2V. Now let me show you. ASA 2V is over here. Exact same, right?
Yes.
Only thing is the network address is having slight distance. ASA 2V. What is the G052 IP address here? It's gonna be 17, right?
Yes.
17 changes to 7. Right now we can activate the failover. Copy up and here. Copy. And I'll go to the server. I've got the console over here. The PuTTY session. Now I need ASA 2V and 22V.
Yep.
I got it. So 2V is ready and 22V is ready. So enable Cisco is a password by default password. Configure terminal. There is no configuration show name if. Show
Name interface.
name if. No configuration. Show interface IP brief. No configure now. Okay. Anyhow, I copied the command sets. I'm gonna paste it over here. Done. Can you see here? 17.1 and 17.2.
Yes.
This is the only change I made. Only change I made over here. Fine. And I'm going back to the notepad and I have to configure 22V, right? So what will I do? I don't type any command. I simply change this to secondary. SEC. Again, copy up on copy. I'll paste it on ASA 22V. I'm going to click ASA 22V. Enable default password Cisco, configure terminal, and I'm going to paste it. If my config is correct, I'll get the notification here. Detected and active. Can you see here? It's working.
Yep.
All right. Now let's configure the interface IP addresses. G051 is inside only, that's fine, but the network address is 5 to 16, so this 8 will change to 16.
Double.
This will change to 16, right? And outside, it's 10 will change to 18, right?
Yes.
18. And see, oh, 18 outside this guy, right?
Yep.
Management interface is gonna be 58 and 59. 58 and 59. So this is gonna be 58. This will be
59.
59. Everything same. Up only here, everything. But here the network address, the more networks are 19 and 20. 20, right?
Yeah.
So here you'll change this to 19. The next hop IP address is going to be 18.3. This is R3.
Yes.
R3. That's why 18.3. This is going to be 20. Again, the next hop IP is going to be 6. That's it. Huh? You can simply copy and paste it on from here to here. Up to here, we've already pasted, right? So from here to here, I have to copy. I'll put it on ASA 2V. Paste. So that is the reason why I told you here in the beginning.
Only 3 minutes.
Where is the yes? Here I said 10 minutes and 3 minutes, right?
Yes.
Because this doesn't need 10 minutes. Actually. This needs only 5 minutes. This needs only less than 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have achieved these 2 tasks. We're done. Okay.
Okay.
Now we are moving to active or contexting. That means we are going to jump to this section. Okay. Before that, try to understand here in this section. We have 2 departments. Note it down.
Okay.
2 departments. The first department is sales department, right?
Mm-hmm.
The second department is finance department. Finance. Okay. So basically the ASA 1V, ASA 11V, ASA 1 and ASA 2. These 4 guys connect your sales department and finance department. Got it?
Yes.
So where the sales and finance are coming? The sales and finance are connected using ASA 1V, 11V, ASA 1 and ASA 2. These are virtual firewalls, but these are physical appliances. That is why I said 5512, the model number 5512. This is actually the CCIE lab. These are physical appliances. It can be 5512 or 5516. Got it? So almost 99%, you will get 5516. These are going to be 5516. So what's the difference between 5516 and 5512?
Mm-hmm.
The only difference is the interface IDs are different. For example, for 5512, the first interface is going to be G0 by 0. Okay? G0 by 0, G0 by 1, right? It goes like this. But if it's 5516, it's going to be G1 by 1, G1 by 2, goes. That's the only difference.
Okay.
Got it? So when you go to your real lab exam, it's your job to confirm the physical appliance is 5512 or 5516. Okay?
Okay.
So how do you confirm? You can put show interface IP brief. If it is started with G0 by 0, it is 5512.
Okay.
If it is G1 by 1 interfaces, starting with it's 5516. Okay?
Yes.
But the practice lab, we are having a practice lab, right? The practice lab is nothing but this one. This is the practice lab. Here we have ASA 1 and ASA 2. This is neither 5516 or 5512.
Mm-hmm.
No, we are not using this. We are using 5520. The only difference is here the interface ID. So interface IDs are different. For example, 5516, right? 5512, 5520. This is our practice lab. We are going to use this lab. This is Sriram's lab, my lab.
Okay.
Sriram. This is Cisco lab. This is also Cisco lab. 99% is going to come in the CCIE lab. 1% only this lab. But your practice section is this one. You will practice with this. What's the difference here? Here the first interface is G1 by 1. But here it is G0 by 0. Here it is E0.
Okay.
Got it? Here it is G1 by 1. It is G0 by 1. Here it is E1. That's the difference. Nothing else. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So here we have two departments, that is sales and finance. Correct? Sales and finance.
Yes.
So this guy will be the sales PC. Sales PC, and this guy gonna be sales server. Similarly, this guy gonna be the finance PC, and he has to access the finance server.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is the task we have to achieve. End of the day, we have to achieve this task. The sales PC has to have a VPN connectivity, SSL VPN. I mean, any kind of VPN he will be using, and he will send the traffic from here, comes to the firewall, comes to R9. R9 will send the traffic to this guy. It goes here. Okay. Finance PC, again same configuration, but he'll be using the any kind of VPN. He's gonna send the traffic right here, comes here, but this time R9 will send the traffic to the finance server.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here we have two virtual firewalls. I mean, physically there are two firewalls, right? These are physical firewalls. These are real firewalls. I mean, these are the physical appliance.
Yes.
This physical appliance, we break it into two. So let me talk about contexting. What is contexting all about? You have a physical firewall, right? It's the firewall.
Mm-hmm.
You can break the firewalls into small firewalls.
Right.
Okay. You can break the firewall into pieces. So the single piece is called context. Context.
Okay.
Each context is a virtual firewall within a physical firewall.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Yes.
But in our CCIE lab, we have two firewalls, ASA1 and ASA2, right?
Yes.
Two firewalls. These are physical firewall. In the real lab, it's gonna be, let's say, 5516 model. This is also 5516 model, right?
Yeah.
Two links here connected back to back. Two links. One is gonna be the failover LAN link. One is gonna be the failover link. For LAN and for link. Okay. And here
Yes.
the interfaces are, I believe it is G0 by, sorry, G,
0
G0
by
by
3,
3.
0 by 4. Yep.
Now let me open 5516. Let's look at 5516. G1 by 4 and G1 by 5. Okay. The last two interfaces. G1 by 4. Okay, and G1 by 5. Got it? They're connected. These,
Yeah.
first we will enable active standby. So this guy is gonna be the primary active. This guy is gonna be the secondary standby. Primary active context. Secondary, the first context is, okay, T1. Then what we do is we will break the firewall into two. Second context is C2. So obviously, yes, automatically C2 firewalls. C1 gonna be the sales context, sales one, and C2 gonna be the finance. Okay.
Mhm.
Is it clear? So C1 will represent the sales department, C2 will represent the finance department. All right.
Yes.
Now you can see here two firewalls, ASA1 and ASA2,
Yes.
right? ASA1 and ASA2. Which forget about these switches, okay? It's just that they are connected. Okay.
Mm.
So G1 by 4 is connected to G1 by 4. Link we're going to use as failover LAN link. What is the network address? 5.2.2.0. So this will be dot IP address, this will be dot 2 IP address. Okay. And failover link, we are using a separate interface. G1 by 5, G1 by 5. Okay. And what is the IP address? The network address 522.2.0. So again, dot 1, dot 2.
Mm-hmm.
Got it?
Yes.
Now, as I said, we will create two contexts here. Once this is active and this is standby, we will do the configurations on the active one, right? Active one. So here we will create the context C1. So obviously, we will also create C1 because whatever configuration we're gonna do here, it's gonna replicate through this failover LAN link and gonna come. Correct. So when I create C2 again through this link, the config gonna come here. C2.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Now,
Yeah.
as per the question paper, task number 2.3, right? This is 2.3.
Yes.
2.3 question paper. It says that C1 has to be active in SA1 and C1 has to be standby over SA2.
Okay.
But C2 has to be active over here.
Of
It has to be
ASA.
standby over here. The question paper says like this. So whatever configuration related with C1, we configure on ASA1. Whatever configuration we have to do on C2, we will come to ASA2 because it's active over here.
Yes.
Is that clear? So we have to apply the configuration on both the firewalls in context. But in the previous task, active standby, we have done all the configuration on the ASA11B, right? And ASA2B. For example, here if we take, we have configured active, we have configured the primary command over here, secondary command over here. Once
Yes.
they have done the election and this guy become the active and this guy become the standby, we simply close the console of this guy, right? Because we are not going to do anything over here. We
Right.
configure everything on this guy. But here the case is different. Here, it makes this guy as the active, this guy as standby. But we create context over here.
Yes.
And we make the context C1 as active on this guy, and the same context will be standby on ASA2.
Yes.
But we create the second context, but that context is active on ASA2. So whenever you want to configure the context 2 that is related with your finance context,
Yeah.
you will come and configure it on ASA2.
ASA2. Okay.
ASA2. Fine. Also, you can see here, we are going to use a single interface. Which interface we're gonna use for inside? See here, inside. What is the network address? Inside network address is no. Inside network address for the context C1 is 5220. 5220. For the context 2, the inside interface gonna be network address gonna be 523. Okay, 523. Actually, this is gonna connect to a router R6. Can you see here we are using sub interfaces
Yes.
G2.1, G2.2. So you know that whenever we configure sub interface, we need VLANs. Correct?
Yes.
VLANs are required. You know about inter-VLAN routing, right? So basic of in the CCNA we learn about inter-VLAN routing. For
Yes.
example, I have a router over here, router one. I have a switch. We have two VLANs. Let's say VLAN number 2 and V3 are there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a PC over here. This is in V1, so it is in V2, and this is in V3. This PC. Normally, what we configure? We configure this interface as an access port, right? Access port,
Mm-hmm.
access port, right? This port will be in VLAN V2, it's in V3, right? So it's
Yes.
gonna be trunk port. Correct. It has to tag the VLANs.
Mm-hmm.
Here we configure sub interface. For example, this is G0 by 0. We configure G0 by 0, let's say .2,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we permit VLAN number 2,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we create one more interface, G0 by 0.3. We configure VLAN number 3.
Yeah.
These are the inter-VLAN routing. And then only this guy will be able to ping this guy.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah. So the traffic will go like this, it comes like this, it goes like this. Same, two different VLANs.
Yes.
We need a router to communicate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Similar approach here. Similar approach on your CCA lab. We have a router R6, right? R6 is connected to inside interface of
ASA.
both the routers.
Yeah.
ASFR. Is that clear? Is that the topology, the connectivity is clear?
Yeah.
Here we have R6, right? We have an interface G2, right? This
Yes.
interface G2 is actually connecting to both the files. It's only one connection.
Mm-hmm.
Only one connection like this. But we have created a sub interface. That is why you can see dotted lines.
Yes.
The lines are being dotted, which means these are not physical link. These are inside of one physical link. These are inside one physical link.
Mm-hmm.
Goes like this. Okay.
Yes.
So which means we need VLANs, correct? So how the network is being organized is this is G1 interface. This is G1 interface. So G1 we are gonna use for inside. Okay. G1 we're gonna use for inside. But we have two contexts here. First context is C1, second context is C2. So G1 dot 1, G1 by 1, so G1 by 1. G1 by 1 dot 1 we are gonna use for C1. And G1 by 1 dot 2 we're gonna use for G2. Got it?
Yes. One by
And what
one.
is the VLAN we're gonna use?
1 by 2. Context
Yes.
2. Okay.
Yeah, context 2. Correct. Now here we're gonna use C1 gonna use VLAN number 2. VLAN number 2. C2 gonna use VLAN number 3. Okay. So
Okay.
that is the reason why network address of VLAN number 2 is 5.2, the VLAN number 2.0/.
Okay.
So for C2, the network address is gonna be 5.2, the VLAN number 3.0/. Now you look here.
Right.
Look at the design. 5220. 5230. VLAN 2. See the VLAN number is over here, third octet. VLAN number 3, third octet. Okay.
Yes.
Similarly, this is the inside.
Yeah.
Inside, you can see inside is inside.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
Yes.
This portion is DMZ. This portion is DMZ. You can see a DMZ. You can see a DMZ.
Yes.
This is DMC sales. This is DMC finance.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
And DMC, we are gonna use the second interface. So G1 by 1 will be using for inside, right? G1 by 2 will be using for DMZ, and G1 by 3 will be using for outside. Okay. Again, we have two contacts here, so we'll split it. Split it. Right? Inside is what? Which interface?
G1 by 1.
by 1 dot VLAN number 2.
Yes.
This is G1 by 1.2 VLAN number 3. DMZ next interface. Right? G1 by 2.1 VLAN number
4.
This is contact C2 G1 by 2.2. This is VLAN number 5. And the outside G1 by 3. G1 by 3.1 VLAN number 6. And G1 by 3.2 VLAN number 7. So this is context
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
C1, right?
Yes.
And this is C2, which means 2, 4, 6.
Yes.
C1,
3,
3, 5, 7, C2.
Okay.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So based on the VLAN number network address gonna come. So this network gonna be 5220. It's gonna be 5240. It's gonna be 5260. It's gonna be 5230. It's gonna be 5250. It's gonna be 5270. Got the logic?
Yes.
You got the logic?
Yes, sir.
Now let's understand the design. Let's understand from the design now. Okay, it's not difficult, but when you look at the picture, you'll go crazy. But easy.
Uh-huh.
Fine. Right. Inside, right? Inside.
Yes.
Okay. Before that, let me tell you why am I using a gray color on the interfaces, right? These interfaces, gray color, right? Everywhere gray color. Man, this is not in the real topology. It's not there. Just for you to understand. It is only mentioned in the question paper. The question paper says that use the first interface of the firewall for the inside network. Use the second interface for the DMZ. Use the third for outside. Use the last two interfaces for the failover LAN and failover link.
Okay.
So whatever you see in this color, gray color, it's not visible in the Cisco design.
Okay.
So that's why I've used a gray color. So wherever you have gray color, it's not visible in the real lab. For example, if you look at this R1, can you see the gray color? Not there. You won't be able to find this in the design. But you should know G0 by 3 is using dot 1. You see here, Cisco has intentionally used dot 11. If you don't know this, if you don't know, your static routing will be wrong. You would think that, okay, this is router 1. So my next hop IP gonna be 5.2.10.1, but it's wrong. It's 5.2.10.11.
Okay.
You understand what I mean? So
Yes.
R1 is dot 1 over here, but here this dot 11. If you are not aware of this IP address, how are you gonna configure the static route? The next hop IP address, you may assume, okay, it's R1, so it's gonna be dot 1. Right? But it's not dot 1, it's dot 11. So this gray color is not visible, it's invisible in the Cisco design.
Okay.
Similarly here, R3, right? R3, everywhere dot 3. See, router number 3, dot 3 over here, dot 3 over here, dot 3 over here. But in R1, it's not like that.
Okay.
Right? R1 is different. R1 is not like that. So that is why wherever you have gray color here, you won't find these interfaces, but you should be thorough enough to understand that the first interface, this is gonna be G1 by 1.
Right.
Okay.
On a 5516.
Fine.
Okay.
Yes. So from here, you should now be able to understand that this portion, I'm gonna divide this topology into two contexts. Here, the first context goes up to your R6. Let me take it up a little bit. R6. So carefully look at the context 1. So from here, this portion is C1. Context 1. That is sales context. And oh, sorry, we use a different color. From here to here is context C. This is finance.
Right.
Okay. You got it?
Yes.
So this entire topology defines that. Okay. So let me write it for you. So I can go like this. This is one firewall here. This is ASA1, right? This is ASA2. Fine. Here we have two connections. The last two interfaces, that is G1 by 4 and G1 by 5. Here also same interface, G1 by 4, G1 by 5. This is failover LAN link. This is a failover link. Okay. Then we will have a connection over here. This is connected to R6. Here we have a connection over to R9. Over here, this is connected to R7. That is connected to R8. We have the design. Please open and see from your PC. This is how the connectivity is. You have a loopback interface over here. That is going to be your sales server. Sales server. The IP address is 192.168.1.1. Here you again you have a loopback that is going to represent your finance server. IP address is 192.168.2.1.
Okay.
Okay. Now we are going to break the firewall into two, right? Two contexts, right?
Yes.
The first context is C1. So here also C1. And here you have C2. Here you have context 2, two context, right? This guy will be the active, this guy will be the standby. I hope you are following me.
Yes, active and standby per
Standby,
contact.
right?
Yes.
Right? This is the physical redundancy. Okay, physical HA. But logical HA is C1 gonna be active, C1 gonna be standby. C2 gonna be active over here, standby over here.
Yeah.
But here we have virtual connection. We have sub interface. One here. Okay.
Yeah.
This interface is gonna be G1 by 1 dot 1. This in here gonna be G1 by 1 dot 2. VLAN number 2. Here VLAN number 3.
Oh yes.
Okay. Fine. Similarly, connectivity like this. This is a DMZ. DMZ. This interface gonna be G1 by 2 dot 1. VLAN number
4.
2 and 4. Here it's gonna be, this interface gonna be G1 by 2 dot 2. VLAN number 3 and 5. VLAN number 5.
5. Yes.
Right? And one more is outside. Let's say this guy. It's connected. Here also is connected, right?
Yes.
This is gonna be G next interface G1 by 3 dot 1. VLAN number 2, 4, and 6. B6.
Yes.
Yeah, same G1 by 3 dot 2. So 3, 5, VLAN number 7.
Yes.
Okay. So if you know the VLAN number, you know the network address. If you know the network address, you know the VLAN number.
Yes.
Back to back. So if it is a VLAN number 2, the network address is going to be 5 2, the VLAN number 0/24. If it is V7, the network address is going to be 5 2 7.0/24. Okay.
Yes.
So context 1 and context 2. Context 1 will use VLAN number 2, VLAN number 4, and VLAN number 6, all even numbers.
Yes.
Here it's going to be VLAN number 3, VLAN number 5, VLAN number 7, all odd numbers.
Yeah.
Right? Network address, you know. The third octet will take over this number.
Yeah.
Okay, VLAN number 2 will be the VLAN number 2 and VLAN number 3 will be inside. VLAN number 4 and VLAN number 5 will be DMZ. Number 6 and 7 will be
Outside.
outside. Fine.
Yes.
Interfaces, you know, the first interface will be over here. This is G1 interface. This is G2. This is G3. But you have to make the sub interface. Dot 1. G1 by 1 dot 1 will go to C1. G2 by 1 dot 1 will go to C1. You understand?
Yes.
Goes like that. So the design will give you a clear understanding about it. Okay. So you have to sit and learn this network. You have to draw yourself. That's why I said once we finish our session of the day, I want you to draw the network. I want you to draw this PC, the router 1, this PC, this firewall, all the links. I want you to draw the whole network.
Okay.
Number 1. Also, I want you to draw and learn this section. Got it?
Yes.
Each and everything, what you see on the design, what you see on the screen now, right?
Yes.
The two portions I have highlighted, these two sections. You have to draw yourself and understand the network addresses, device names, IP addresses, network addresses, protocol, OSPF, HRP, right?
Okay.
All those things. Even one time, if you draw yourself, you will have a clear picture of the whole design. Later, going forward, believe me, you don't need the topology at all. You don't need this.
Okay.
You don't need anything. What you need? You need a browser, the CCIE lab. You need a browser. You need a command line. That's it, man.
Right.
You don't need anything at all. That's why I said you have to learn this topology. Each and everything you should, hardcode to your brain.
Okay.
So every day you have to open the design and see, okay, this is the network address over here, this is our interface, this is the firewall ASA3 over here, ASA4 over here. Now, we have the ASA2E, everything within a week. This will be in your brain. If you try to continue to practice, you should follow whatever I say. Whatever I say, you have to follow.
Okay.
Okay, just follow what I say. You will pass on your first step.
Yes.
If you don't follow, you know the result.
Right.
Now, all right. Shall we start configuring it? We'll start configuring the context, right?
Okay.
Before that, I want you to understand. Can you see here? The context one is using HRP1.
Right.
The context 2 is using HRP 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's begin. Let's begin the configuration. So whenever you configure a physical firewall, when you want to break a physical firewall into logical firewall, you have to confirm which mode the firewall is operating. Okay. So as per the design, we have to create the context on ASA 1, right? ASA 1 and ASA 2. I'm going to open ASA 1 and ASA 2. So you can see ASA 1 and ASA 2 is open. Enable. Again, same password, Cisco. You put a command in the CCIE lab, show mode multiple. Okay.
Okay.
But this must be the mode. But in the CCIE lab, this is not the mode.
Okay.
Mode is going to be single. You have to manually change it. Manually, you have to change it. So now let me do that. Okay, let me go to the design and wipe out that. Just a second.
Okay.
Because that is the when we check the mode, it was showing multiple, right? But in
Yes.
the CCIE lab, it will not show multiple. It will show a single. So I'm gonna make the lab as same as CCIE lab. Give me a moment. So I have to erase the configuration. So I'm gonna wipe out the firewall. I'm doing it in the
Okay.
backend. I'll show you how to do that. Not now. If I show you the backend of the lab, how the lab is built in the SSI and the EVNG, you'll get confused. So I'll show you later.
Okay.
So
Thanks.
now